And there's a lot of money going to somebody else. You know who that is? That's James Cameron, because as we talked about before, there's a lot more Avatar movies coming. But I want to talk about Avatar 3 for a second, too. Because Avatar 3, of course, is still coming to cinemas, okay, December 20th, 2024. But now there's a thing right now that James Cameron has a 9-hour cut, of Avatar 3. Not even joking with you. So now he's talking to his visual effects team. He's like, finish up all the visual effects for all 9 hours. Because maybe what we'll do is we'll release it in theaters, and then we'll do the 9-hour cut as a series on Disney Plus. So then you get your whole Na'vi like fix on Disney Plus and see like his whole story. Which, how do you even have fucking time to shoot 9 hours for one movie? That's like 4 movies in one. Like, who's giving this man? No wonder it costs $500 million to shoot this fucking shit. You know what I mean? Because he shot like 4 movies. And then he's going to release, no, he probably shot like 10 movies, and he's releasing 5 movies. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. But so that's what's happening, because he wants to present the bad sides of the Na'vi, the side of the Na'vi. He wants to show the fire people who are apparently the assholes. So he wants to show that. We need 9 hours to show that shit, apparently. So I don't know. So the third one comes out 2024, fourth in 2026, and the fifth in 2028. You know, so we have those.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is Lord of the Rings for, Gen Z or whatever, right? Like, I mean, I this is just what this is going to be, and I think it's what I want to see if they really do this, not like 9 hours of miniseries. I want to see what are the tax accountants like in Na'vi. Right? What is the municipal waste department doing on Na'vi? Like, those are the kind of side stories that would really kind of bring in and flesh out the world that we haven't seen of Avatar yet.
So you want to get George Lucas? You want to get George Lucas in on the project, is what you're saying?
Yeah, branching a lot of side characters.
Exactly. Just a lot of government talk.
Trade organizations.
Trade organizations, separatists. Let's get it in there. Yeah.
And to our chat members, Lexi, yes, 9 hours, 100% true. And she's saying it's not really a movie anymore. Yeah, it's its own kind of franchise now. He's just trying to make it as big as he can. And Rachel in the chat said she'd rather watch Lord of the Rings. And yeah, I mean, like, honestly, this is a big hit though, so that's why. And there's cash counting in, And what do you think, Sean? Do you think that this is even feasible to have a 9-hour cut for a movie? Like, I mean, how is this even a possible thing?
I mean, when you think about what we've got with Last of Us, that just came out, right? We have 9 episodes of that. Each episode is about an hour or so long. That's a good length for a movie right there. I mean, you could just put that entire thing together.
Good.
Again, and I hate to go back to Lord of the Rings, but yeah, you put all that stuff together. That's the entire story that you're telling. And yes, it can be done because episodic television is back, and I think the streaming shows are hungry for that kind of content. I don't see why it can't be done. And God knows he's got the footage for it now. So yeah,
he has the footage. But the thing is, too, it's like, to be able to flesh a story like The Last of Us out, we talked about in the show about this. It's like The Last of Us, you have so much content. It makes sense kind of to make it a series, So should he have just made this a series and not gone to movies? It seems like he already wanted to make it, more. He's got up to 5 movies. It just blows my mind. I'm like, what do you think? Think this is a good idea to have a 9-hour cut of this movie?
I mean, James Cameron does not care what I think.
Come on, Mike. Yeah, he does. He does.
No, I'm just wondering how
he's watching.
Yeah, he's watching right now. He's taking notes.
He's got a lot of time. He's not. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just really easy if you're shooting the whole thing on green screen with people with ping pong balls taped over them. Maybe you just think up, like, okay, so you pretend like there's this rhinoceros that's going to attack you now. And then you
adding shit.
Jump off to the side. Maybe it's just easy to do that. I'm trying to think of how you end up in that situation where is it just like being really decadent as a director? Because that's what you hear about. You hear about people ending up with way, way more footage because they want to have that control and they want to be able to cut it down a lot. Or was it something he wanted to have a double release? Because it sounds, the way they're talking about it, it sounds like the 9-hour cut, so to speak, is going to be covering like some of the same territory at least as the movie that they're releasing. So I mean, and we heard after the first one came out, because that was the first movie to make $1 billion or whatever. We heard that they've got plans for the next 6 of them. So maybe Homeboy's just just filming, just going.
He's just going nuts
and
What
then
else
seeing what sticks.
We'll cut it up after the fact. Figure it out. I mean, he's not short of stories, and he's he's trying to reflect society and everything that he's doing in one way or another. So
He's probably, what'd be cool? We shoot this. It'd be cool. We do this. Can we do this? And then he has to deal with fire in the next movie. Maybe he really loves fire. He's like Beavis. He's like fire, fire, fire. You know what I mean?
So maybe he was
Beavis. I kind of did. Maybe he just loves Beavis, and so he loves fire, and he wants to just go crazy, and so he just was excited, had so much fire on the soundstage. He wants to show it all. I don't know. It's just a lot. 9 hours is a lot, and that's just this movie. I don't know where 4 and 5
I don't know if you probably not. I can't usually listen to Chapo Trap House. I don't know if you guys ever listen to that. It's an incredibly political podcast. They're great. They're all mega leftists. But one of the dudes on there really broke down Avatar 1 in terms of critique of imperialism and the way that propagandists and jingoists throw away soldiers' lives in the pursuit of something that ultimately doesn't matter to the core group of people or whatever. And it was just a breakdown that blew my mind. So I just want to hear more of this story from James Cameron, even though I was a hater when the first one came out.